Hey there. You're watching the Jessa Channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today I am here with more Skyrim. Kinlen and her companions have been successful in their mission to infiltrate Windhelm yet again. This time posed as a noble woman in mourning. Things got quite hairy at the end there, with Kinlen having to fight guards while yelling that the Stormcloak courier was actually the butcher of legend, the murderer in Windhelm. Under all of this mayhem, she was able to grab the documents necessary and bring them back here to Legate Rikke. Now it is time, finally, to regain the Pale. Having stopped the addition of some Stormcloak reinforcements to Fort Dunstad, we'll now be able to take the fort with ease, and that's where we're heading. But first, Kinlen is going to enjoy some breakfast. There's a Stormcloak, not a Stormcloak, Imperial, what side am I playing? An Imperial who has been cooking up some dinner, which woke Kinlen from a deep sleep. And I shouldn't say dinner, I should say breakfast, because it's actually quite early. It's about 6 a.m. So it is some Orsinian battle tea, which Kinlen is going to eat with some roasted gourd. This is becoming one of her favorite meals. It's quite delicious. The recipe for it is good. It's chicken breast and goat cheese, I think. And she really likes this because it packs well, doesn't spoil, or it takes a long time to spoil. So she's going to have this as well too. Some Orsinian battle tea. And a little bread. Finishing that off with a water skin. She's quite stuffed, and this will do her for most of the day. Kinlen tends to eat a very large meal in the daytime, and then let it, last her all throughout. She doesn't really sit down for lunch, and then later on in the evening she'll have a second meal. She needs something to get her some energy to do a lot of walking, which is what we'll be doing in this episode. Kinlen's going to munch on that food for a little bit and then hop up ready to go. I would like to have a pipe, but I will do so in victory this evening. Once we've taken the fort, I shouldn't tarry any more, except to make sure, Quartermaster, that the Quartermaster doesn't have anything new for Kinlen that she might be able to use. Ooh, I love this. 8% chance to launch the target away? Heck yeah. Nope. Hide boots of tremors. Swim speed. Swim speed. No, nothing else of interest. But Kinlen gratefully thanks Barnad, the Imperial Quartermaster, and they pass a little bit of the time of the morning.
That's what I can spare.
Thank you, Barnad.
See some action. Quit your belly aching.
Well, I think it is time to report in to the Legate. You'll see that Kinlen still has red hair from her troll fat, and and she's not happy about it. Her troll fat and snowberry hair treatment. It's going to take a couple of episodes at least for that to wash out. So I will slowly lighten her hair using show race menu until she's back to her natural blonde. But you can see that she has her normal hairstyle. She has very long hair, which she keeps in a braid around her head, tucked in at the nape of her neck. She doesn't want her hair to get cut off or pulled on during combat. Making sure she's got a stern bearing or a crisp bearing not wanting to slouch in front of the legate. She reports for duty. Legate, I take it that we have more battle to come.
Something to report?
Yes, I am reporting for duty.
Your objective is Fort Dunstad. Meet the soldiers preparing for the attack, then join them in wiping out the rebels. Once you prevail, we will garrison the fort. Well, soldier, are you up to the task?
I am up to the task, Legate. And for garrison, I will be leaving my companion Brock, who's an excellent bowman, to command the soldiers. That fort will be ours by the evening time.
I knew I could count on you, soldier.
Thank you, Legate. Kinlen salutes and walks out of the tent. It is a beautiful morning, and I think it is time to go. Brock, I hope you've enjoyed your breakfast. Scout, here you go. Kinlen gives the hounds their breakfast. Miko as well. And watches the patrols change shifts. Ah, you're a good pony, as you are well as well. So for those of you who might be horse aficionados or more knowledgeable than I, is an Exmoor pony, that's a type of pony, and a fell pony, is that maybe where they're from, or are these Skyrim terms, or are they real world terms? It is a bitter cold. Let me put on my cloak. Kinlen makes sure her companions are following her. And Brock comes up to a run next to Kinlen, and they walk along and talk. Kinlen explains. Brock, I will be leaving you at Fort Dunstad. Do not worry, you will be in command, and I will call upon you when needed. We're first going to make our way to Dawnstar. In fact, and Brock recommends at this point that she look for the lighthouse and head in that direction. A wise thing. And you will be in charge of the troops and in charge of the command. And then once we get to the point where we are ready to take down Ulfric Stormcloak, you will join me at the gates before Windhelm. Brock is excited, and his bow is ready for battle. They talk further, Brock asking questions about Kinlen's plans for the battle. It looks like this is a camp here. Ah, yes. I believe, no, this is just a campsite for travelers. Good. Oh, it seems someone left some hot soup. Kinlen spoons up a bit into a travel bowl. Ah, it's good to know that there's a campsite here. These are dotted throughout Skyrim, and I've found several of them along the way. In my game, when changing cells, I have a delay as new things in the cell load in. And it always makes me wonder if the game is about to crash or not. So let me make sure.
You remind me of Topal the pilot.
Oh. We need to turn this way, seems like. Looks like we're just about to walk right behind Dawnstar. If it weren't for my map, and for Brock's guidance, I don't know where I would end up half the time. Brock's hunting skills are excellent in tracking and whatnot. That is that's the lighthouse. Barnacle boat. Pale Imperial camp. I'm wondering if I just walked right by Dawnstar. Oh no. Nope. I didn't. I'm in the right way. When I looked before, I thought this was Dawnstar. But no, Dawnstar is right here. So Brock and Kinlen, Kinlen and I need help from Brock. Brock inquires as to whether he'll be able to do hunting while he is in command of the fort. And Kinlen assures him that he will be able to. Ah, there's the Ray Shrine. These are very handy for helping me to find my way. Dawnstar is just beyond this little hill here. Ah, there it is. It is a very good thing I did not make my profession a ranger, or I would be in much trouble. Let us just stop in at the inn. Buy a few eggs. Ah, there's none left. It seems they have already been picked over this morning. Make sure we have some more food for the pack, and then we make our way south. Good morning.
Need a room? Don't worry. Nightmares don't seem to happen for travelers.
Well, Kinlen, being glad that she has her hood on to hide her red hair, because the last time she was here, her hair was blonde. First I need to check and replenish my pack.
Take a look.
It seems you are stocked this morning with bread. Wonderful. Kinlen is a bit of a bread addict. She's gonna grab, she loves these Nordic foods. Well, the food, she doesn't like most of the tea. She doesn't like Nordic tea, for example. She's never tried the cheese soup, not really her thing. She loves the crostadas. Basically, baked goods are her weakness. And a bit of beef for the dogs. Apple dumpling and some beef stew. I wonder if my pack is low on soap. Let's see. I have 3 of the Dragon's Ton and 5 of the Lavender. No, I am fine. And 4 more. No, I will be clean for a while, as long as I can find good water sources. And also, while I'm over here, I think... I'm wondering if Kinlen has... No, it looks like I must have given it back already. I'm looking for Kinlen's noble mourning robes, clothes. But I think she must have given those back in the last episode. Also, I'd like to use the Imperial Mail Services. I have something I need to send to Solitude.
Of course.
We're going to send a parcel. We're going to send it to the Imperial Mail Office in Solitude, right outside the Blue Palace. And, oh, that's something we've sent already. Good. This Iron Sword of Throwing. We're going to, next time we're in Solitude, we're definitely going to use those. Disenchant those at the Blue Palace. We're going to pay from our septums. Thoring thanks Kinlen for her business. And I just want to make sure. Yep. Along with the note Kinlen left to be picked up. And we get the followers out of the way. Luckily, they do move, usually. Out of the way there, Brock. Good morning. Ah, it's a perfect morning. Fresh and clear. By the way, I forgot to tell you exactly what time it is, as I usually do before most episodes. When we started the episode, it was just before 6 a.m. on a Sundays, the 29th of Hearthfire, which is September in our calendar, in the 4th era. And Kinlen is heading south to take care of Fort Dunstad. A heavy snow falls, but it doesn't dampen Kinlen's mood right now. Good morning. She looks wistfully at the carriage. I don't believe there's a carriage between here and Fort Dunstad, and I don't believe it's appropriate to take a carriage to a battle and get out right at the front door. Morning, carriageman. Kinlen takes out her timepiece. With good time, I should be able to make it there by afternoon. Let's mark it on the map. It's not too far away. We'll place a marker, and Kinlen will go overland, staying off the road as she gets close to the fort. She walks right through a branch there, pushing it out of her way. And we're going to trot along here to keep warm and to make good time. So one of the things that I have always done as a role player, as we walk and talk, is I have always taken care for the character to respond to the environment. So, for example, it takes me right out of it if I'm watching a Let's Play and the character has a tree, for example, right here. Careful! Hounds to me! Interesting. Scout, are you comfortable? I should hope so. As I was saying, and you know what? No, it's there. But anyway, if a character's walking along and you're sort of scouting and they just walk through a tree like this, you know, that tree is in the character's face. It always reminds me immediately that I'm in a game, as opposed to, you know, actually in a world of our own creation. Ah. So maybe that's where the giants came from. There were some giants outside of Dunstad, and maybe they came from this camp. Maybe they were patrolling or protecting their area that they have claimed for themselves. And I am not, for one, too interested. Werewolf! Kinlen squints through the snow and runs at full speed. Werewolf! I will aid you!
Hey, watch it!
Oh! Oh no! Your companion has fallen! Hello? A hard-hearted people. Kinlen checks his pulse, and sure enough, he is good and dead. He carries a belted tunic. Perhaps it was his wife's, or some other family member. He has a book called Varieties of Daedra. Kinlen looks it over, but it has no real interest to her. So this is a new type of werewolf we're seeing here, as Kinlen gets into higher levels, we're seeing different enemies, which is neat. Ho there!
The mercy of Stendarr does not extend to Daedra worshippers.
I understand that you hunt Daedra, and I know who Stendarr is, but don't you need some gold? Are you going back to find people to help you bury your companion? Here, have a bit of gold to help with whatever cost there may be. I can't believe you would be so cold as to leave him there in the snow.
Thank you. Here, this is for you.
The woman does admit that she was going to get up some more companions of hers. And she offers Kinlen, we'll say she gave Kinlen a bit of food in gratitude. Ah, well, I'm glad. I was worried there that you may have been cold-hearted, but I can see that you are not. Though you are strong in spirit, it was good speaking with you.
None escape the vigil. All come into the light.
And with that said, Kinlen takes a look at her compass. Where do we need to be heading? Ah. Kinlen says, without my compass, I would have difficulty. That is for sure. Are those Imperial troops there? Are we there so...
It's damn heavy.
We are. We are there. With me? That was much quicker than I thought it would be. But no. Okay, so Kinlen takes a moment to reach into her pack and grab some regenerate health and vigorous stamina, which she swigs as she's running. And then she's going to poison her blade. Oh, and one more thing we're going to do real quickly here is... Oh my goodness, we don't have it. Well, let me just quickly do that because I thought I could have sworn that we had gotten that. However, I have had to you know what? In fact, I'm almost sure we have it, but I think the problem is that it's here. That maybe I haven't favorited it. Ah, there it is. Rallying standard. Let's get that favorited and set up here. And with me, men, with me! For the Empire! For the Empire! My sword! To me! Out of my way! Killstreak is lighting up. Killstreak has taken them down one by one without a single problem. Oh! I am sorry, Miko. I cannot tell which of you is which. Ah! Hello, Commander. It's going to be a pleasure killing you. Kinlen parries every strike of his as he is fighting for his life. And Kinlen storms ahead, watching Miko. Miko! Be careful! To me, men, to me! Killstreak is in action. Killstreak is on Kinlen's blade. To me! Oops. Kinlen is right there in the middle of things, fighting and battling for her very life. And suddenly she feels an intense power coming over her. What is that you carry? You think you can best me with that? Men on the walls. She runs forward to engage them, and they fall at her blade. Her hounds! Hounds to me! Valgus is fighting, strong-armed. I do not appreciate that! Kinlen runs ahead. Oh! Yes! By Malakath, you will die this day! I fear no one! Not you or anyone else! To me! To me! Save them for me! Kinlen falls down, not even noticing. The Stormcloak are beginning to rout! They are beginning to rout! Keep your arms steady! Scout! Oh!
This Imperial armor is damn heavy. Quit your belly aching.
Ah! Oh! Kinlen shouts from her lungs full of exhilaration and the fury and power of battle. She wipes some blood from her mouth where she has been hit. And as she calms, Valgus, attend to the wounded. No, not me. You will take care of me later. I am fine for now. Valgus shouts, but you're limping. Yes, I am. My horn will call the reinforcements we need. And Kinlen is going to do nothing because I can't find it. So anticlimactic. Her horn is... I'm trying to remember which one. Here it is. Blow war horn. It's a specific power that we need to use. Taking a deep breath, trying to keep her panting and her breathing under control, she lifts the horn and calls. The men come close and wait for her orders.
Keep an eye out.
We have been victorious, men! To me! Oh, first person. I did it in first person. It didn't work. The men all start to crowd around her. Looking at her with hopeful faces, some of them injured, some dirty,
I'm still sore
some
where I took
tired.
that arrow. I hate archers.
Stay here.
I know what you mean.
And then, oops, I meant to, let's tell the followers to rest. And Kinlen is going to limp out. And it's time for her speech. Men, attend me! Kinlen's voice raises high and far into the sky. And she calls to the men, you have done well this day. We are victorious for Fort Dunstad, and the Pale is ours. The men's arms raise in triumph. Yes, for the Emperor! For the Empire! We are victorious this day! Men, I introduce you to your new commander. This is Brock, the Broman. The Broman? The Imperial soldiers look at her in confusion. I find that a little levity helps in the middle of a triumphant speech. Brock the Bowman, she calls. And he will be commanding you. Follow his every order, as if it were my own, or theirs, or from General Tullius's own mouth. I expect this fort to be in ship shape should I come here again. If I send any emissaries, they must report back to me that you are doing your duties as expected. Understood? Numerous salutes, and aye, ma'am, and yes, sirs, resound among the soldiers. Kinlen turns to Brock.
This Imperial armor is damn heavy.
Brock.
Yeah?
Quit your belly.
You know what you must do. I expect you to hold this location and defend it. So instead of using hold and defend, well, actually, you know what? I'm not sure. Let's see if that will work. Let's use hold and defend, because I have used that before. Unfortunately, sometimes it won't hold this location for Brock.
Armor is damn heavy. Quit your belly aching.
Let's see, and going to, and actually, let me do this the correct way. I'm going to make them all follow me, and then I'm going to click hold and defend, which should hopefully get him sandboxing and defending this location. And then
I know what you mean.
I believe that has taken us off. Alas, it is time to part ways. There we go. That's what I need.
Fine.
Keep your
Be out
going.
hunting if you need me.
These men should be in ship shape. I've spoken to you clearly as to what your duties are. I will send you missives if I should need your help.
I'm still sore where I took that arrow. I hate
So
archers.
let's see. He's still following me. Let's get him to off of this, hopefully. Don't want him following me. I want him to Garm, Miko, Valgus. Oh, okay. So Brock is at Fort Dunstad, and he's not listed as a follower, so hopefully let's see if he'll stop following me. Nope. I'm not sure. Let's walk out into a wall here.
I'm sick of waiting. When are we gonna see some action?
Yeah, he's still following me. Let's see if I can fix this real quick. I might have to tell him that this place is your home. Follow me. I need your help.
Leave then. Query awaits.
And he's added back
Yeah.
into the AFT system, and then we'll do let's talk about
All right.
home. And I'd like him to make this location kind of in the middle here, so he'll sandbox around this area. There he is. Brock, come here.
I'm sick of waiting. When are we going to see some action? Oh,
Yeah?
quit your belly aching.
Hold and defend. I have found it requires you to have more. It's kind of expecting you to have more people hold the location. So we'll do let's talk about home.
I'm still sore
This place is your new home.
I hate archers.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
And then if we dismiss him, he should stay here. Let's see.
Oh, quit your
Fine.
belly aching.
Be out hunting if you need me.
There we go. That's what we needed. Okay, he is dismissed. We're going to definitely have Valgus take a few hours to heal up the soldiers while Kinlen explores around the fort. And Miko, being the sweet dog that he is, heads around to the soldiers who are wounded and lets them give him a pat or distracts them while Valgus sets bones and heals wounds.
This Imperial armor is damn
So our followers, I'm going to set to rested. While Kinlen checks out this building here. So I'm wondering, I'm sitting right next to a window, and I wonder if one of these days, one of our concerned neighbors will come to me and ask if I am okay because of the intense yelling I do in the evenings. And I'll say, no, it's just Kinlen. We're fine. This will be a good place for Brock to stay. I'll let him know that it is safe. And that there's potions and food, plenty to keep the men. I'll also give him some coin to bring in provisions. From traveling merchants or whatever he might need. Valgus calls to Kinlen as she walks by. I want to see you, Oh, and we had that same problem that we had with Maik, where he took all his clothes off.
Yeah.
I'm not going to worry about it now. I don't know what I think it's the fact that AFT
It's not that bad.
is removing their clothes when I ask them to unfollow. I'm not going to worry about it at the moment, but I know that Morgwin, who's another Let's Player who does Skyrim, is also having that problem with her mod that she's using, which is Extensive Follower Framework, I believe is what it's called. Anyway, what am I trying to do here? Oh, yes. I'd like to give you some gold here. And let's actually set... I believe it is set giver gold to 1,000 maybe? I'm not sure if this is correct command. I think it is. There we go. This is part of give gifts to NPCs, and this shall hopefully allow us to give him 1,000 gold. Let's see if that was successful. He thanks her and takes the, yep, that's what did it. Perfect. And then I'll set it back to 10 pieces, which is the default. Oops. Yeah, I did. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, we'll just ignore the fact that Brock is nude, or at least in his skivvies. Maybe they're making him some more armor. I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Sometimes with these glitches, I'm just gonna roll with it, basically. Let's put down the banner as well too, showing that we have claimed this fortress.
Quit your belly aching.
That is here. A scroll of Raise Your Banner. I love this. It's a very little known mod, and unfortunately the only banner included was this Imperial banner, which is perfect for Kinlen's playthrough. And it just simply does that. The modder never finished it, sadly.
When are we going to see some action? It's not that bad.
Valgus, let's go rest and heal. And I just learned something new about Rallying Standard. And that is, it does place a standard, which I placed one right here. I distinctly remembered it. But after the power fades, this is from Ordinator, a perk, one of the perks from Ordinator, the scroll fades. I mean, the stand goes away, which I suppose is good, so you wouldn't leave a bunch of Imperial flags like in a dungeon or something. But we'll put another one here permanently. And we'll do one more just back here at the other end of the location. So those men that are milling around in the middle of the fort will eventually we're going to say that Kinlen writes a note and hands it to one of the Imperial couriers and tells him that she needs more flags. But when they put these down, you know, some soldiers help her with wood, and we'll just say that there were Stormcloak banners here, and we took them down, took the flags down, and raised the Imperial banner. It looks like a nice picture. Let's take a picture there. Cool. Okay. And let's scoot on through. And there is Fort Dunstad. I love this Civil War playthrough. I really, really like it. it's turned out to be so much more than I really thought it would be. And there's a place up there where there was obviously a banner hanging. I wonder if... Can you climb up there and change that banner by clicking on that pole? Or maybe if I leave and come back, since this is now in Imperial control, it'll just automatically show up there. I bet you that's what happens. If there was a way to change that banner, I bet I would have heard about it in all these years, and all the time I've spent reading about Skyrim. Okay. So Kinlen's just gonna, still feeling exhilarated, but Valgus calls her and says, "Before we run too far, let's take care of that leg of yours." So they're going to spend a little bit of time, and actually, you know what? We'll just do this. We're just going to end this episode right here. And Kinlen and Valgus are going to camp nearby. And next, we're going to head down to continue on with Helgen Reborn. Kinlen feels a very strong need to present her father with an entirely, or at least being rebuilt, Helgen, and as her crown jewel, and in hopes that he will forgive her for the fact that she refuses to remove her war paint, which designates her orc bloodkin self. She and Valgus, he puts a cold compress on, and they look out for a campsite and will spend a very comfortable night. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button below. And if you loved it, join the party and subscribe. I hope I will see you in the next episode. And as always, thank you so much for watching.